So it is very often the case that within a large musical fandom that spans multiple decades, there may be splintering of opinion on the music across any of the discography, whether or not it's about which albums were the fandom's favorites, any number of things that you could possibly discuss. People are going to agree and disagree. I mean, that is kind of the nature of the subjectivity in art. And today we are going to investigate 3 DMB songs that have sort of a fractured opinion about them, whether or not these songs have the classical DMB sound or feel, or whether it's something different. We're going to be checking out the songs Fool to Think, Everybody Wake Up, and Can't Stop. And by the end of the video, hopefully we can arrive at some conclusion or just further the debate. But before we jump into all of it, a massive thank you goes to Craig the Polite for the extremely generous donation request and song selections today. Now, let's just jump into it. What is this time signature? Wow, it's in 4/4 somehow. I mean, this may be too early, but this very much sounds like a classic DMB song. Droning violin note. Everything else bubbling underneath, just moving. And then you have a familiar riff. I mean, it feels very reminiscent of DMB. I mean, it is, but a classic DMB song. Loving the built-in bounce in this. Yeah, I think my opinion on this song is already set. Oh, come on, Dave. Is he gonna go crazy on this one? Oh my god. Dude, Leroy, man. I mean, to me, this has like every single element you would want in a DMB track. You have Leroy punching in, going crazy, a very familiar riff. Dave in his ever melismatic voice, riding every single wave of the instrumentation. The drums being so consistent, the bounce being in this riff, just baked into it. You can hear Stefan enjoying his time on this track, Carter enjoying his time on this track. I mean, everybody in the crowd's enjoying it, so where's the controversy? cool. It's buttoned up. I like that. And a rather short track too, even for a live performance. Is it? Where would the controversy come from? I almost have to. I feel like I have to search for where I think a controversy may spawn from a song like this. And it's not a controversy in the same sense of like, oh, something bad happened and blah, blah, blah. It's more of just a preferential thing. Like, is this a sound that the DMB fandom prefer or not? I guess you'll have to humor me and let me know what distinct moments exist in this song that drive listeners to feel like it is a different, like a sort of departure from their standard discography. I feel like it fits neatly into it. The only thing I could say, if I'm just like trying to look for something, is the Fool to Think melody, that like main melodic line may feel like it's more of a mainstream line, and I still feel like objectively that's like a wrong statement to make, because these kind of melodies just don't exist in the mainstream. That's just what I think. These are just a little bit more complicated, and it's not just the voice. You can strip every song down to one element and then make a whole, case about that one thing causing it to sound a certain way. That's fine. But literally everything else, all of the surrounding scaffolding for Dave's voice here, for his melody, it's very, very DMB. Yeah, I don't know where the non-classic opinion comes from for this song. You'd really have to let me know. But that was a really fun one. I like the melody a lot. Very bouncy, very memorable. And the Fool to Think line, that's one where you'll just immediately, it like kind of sinks into your brain and you can sing along to it. Everybody Wake Up, 2005. The other one, Fool to Think, was 2002. You hear it's like how subtle this is, but like the movement between those notes, it's not actually at a consistent like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a bit of a delay between a few of the hits here. Like one note's being held a little bit longer. Oh. Yeah, naturally Carter's gonna fit right into a confusing groove. A lot of droning notes in this track already. An interesting addition of the keys in this live. Seems an odd way to try and make things right. Oh baby, feel like I'm crazy sometimes. I find us alright. It's like shaped like a mini guitar.
I seen a big dressed in it.
Is that a mini guitar? What actually is he playing there? Man, Boyd sometimes like defies what I understand about music.
It's fine, it's fine. And all of the leaves stand behind
A violin-shaped guitar, maybe?
everybody wake up.
Or guitar-shaped violin?
If you're living with your eyes closed, see the man with the bomb in his hand. Everybody wake up. Remember the words of the misguided fool. Do unto others as
I mean,
you
the Dave melodies here feel very Dave.
An eye for an eye is the golden rule.
This also doesn't feel like a departure.
He's a room full of blind men, and our final star arrives. See the pig dressed in his finest fine, and all the believers stand behind him and smile as the day lights up with fire. Everybody wake up. Everybody wake up.
Now this song feels a little bit more buttoned up than what we had first. But it's still in the wheelhouse. It's very cohesive, very congruent with their discography. Where's this coming from? That's Boyd. Interesting. Ooh. Oh, I love this section. Dave is like on an island playing this right now. These really bright voicings. This song keeps getting better. Man, these are DMB sounds. These songs don't belong to another group. I think if the point that's being made is that these are just songs that most of the fandom don't prefer relative to their classic sound and their, popular songs in the discography, then I can see that point. Maybe these songs aren't going to be the mainstream hits. These feel like more like cult favorites, maybe more of the deep cuts that wouldn't immediately find itself in the eyes and ears of the mainstream. But it's all very reminiscent of what DMB sound is like. What I would say is that what we got in Fool to Think felt closer to me to DMB than Everybody at Wake Up did, but it's just a matter of like degrees. It's a matter of like inches here. It's not so far removed that like, oh, I just don't believe this is DMB anymore, or they like departed so much from their original sound or style that it's unbearable to listen to. Those would just be, I think, flatly incorrect statements. What I could agree with is maybe, yeah, these songs aren't going to be as preferential to the fandom, and they don't hold as much water relative to songs like, I don't know, 41 or Two Step or Don't Drink the Water. Like, there's a large discography, a whole body of their music that certain parts of the fandom are going to prefer or not prefer. It's a very rare person who loves every single song ever uniquely. That doesn't mean there aren't things to appreciate about the music, even if you don't like it. But, you know, there's going to be like levels to our preference for which songs we like more or less. As I'm listening today, I think I prefer Fool to Think more than Everybody Wake Up, but they both are in the DMB wheelhouse. Let's keep it going. Let's check out the last song here. Can't Stop. Are we gonna get a bass-driven song? Oh. Bass driven into like a blues rock kind of DMV? Hey, listen, I don't care if it's different then. I would love to hear this through and through. Oh, sultry.
Don't wanna thank you, but you don't stop. I'm like a junkie for you.
Oh.
I have
Whoa.
tripped and I have.
Whoa, hold on. I'm gonna pull it back some.
Won't stop. I love you. That's 'cause I can't stop.
Kind of in this like chill lull area.
But you don't stop. I'm like a junkie for you, baby.
This is a very specific reference, and it's not exactly correct, but I'm going to say it anyways. There is a System of a Down song called Mind, and some of the chromatic movements in that song I just heard in the last like 5 seconds of this.
Don't stop. I'm like a junkie for you.
Or maybe it's Suggestions. I forgot which song it is.
Tripped and I
I think it's on their original album though.
This is not beautiful, but somehow beautiful. Find myself in a beautiful place, then I believe that I will lose my soul.
This is my favorite section already. Did he just say Sohum? Dude, come on, that sounds so similar. So hungry, so hungry, so humble, so hung.
Don't stop, don't wanna love you, but I can't stop. All I wanna do is leave you, baby, but you don't stop. I'm like a junkie for you, baby. Let them sleep.
It's so interesting.
Let them stay sleeping.
This section where it's like kind of like low, kind of foreboding, even what we got in the beginning, right? That's what I feel like maybe the most different from what I normally expect in a DMB section. But then when they turn it up a notch, it's fully in the wheelhouse again.
Let them sleep, let them stay. It's late night. This is deep water.
It's just moving bass lines.
It's a deep fire. You burn me.
Oh, yeah. Like right here, we're like in D&B land. Definitely. Come on. I mean, I love when they get intense like that. When Dave just screams out. Reminds me of like Halloween. I mean, I would say this is the most different song out of all the three today. And even then, it's not every section. It's like this bass line maybe, and then the lows. Damn, this is tickling my brain. I love Tim on here. His vocals. Bro, he just channeled his inner Aerosmith right there. Yo. This song is up here for me. Okay, who is out there disrespecting this song? There's no chance. There's no way.
Look at her, that beautiful moon that came out and said everything's going to stay okay.
Yeah, I don't know who's out here acting as though this song is not like a DMB song. If it's not a classic, this is just... It is so powerful in all of these sections because you start at such a low, relaxing place and it just ramps up again. And then we reach a new high, a new floor, and then ramp up again. And then I didn't even expect Dave to do all that he did vocally there. That is almost like the extra icing on this cake because the song was already phenomenal beforehand. I would have given the MVP to Tim and to Stefan actually because you don't get a bass line like that very often. To me, it's a very like song-defining kind of a melodic movement in that bass line, and it almost uniquely gets overshadowed by how high we get in intensity by the end of this track. It has all the fingerprints of DMB. I would say just because we haven't heard a certain style in a section from them before doesn't make it any less them. And we should also acknowledge that like the changing styles in a band's discography, that's kind of par for the course. People aren't going to, I think, realistically create the same music day in, day out. That's kind of why, you lose connection to the music if it isn't actually coming from a new creative or generative place, rather just placating what people already enjoy from you. If you want to creatively express, you're going to have to risk people not enjoying the new creative output. And I can understand why, from like a business perspective, this is extremely scary for companies, because they're like, wow, they knocked it out of the park with their first few albums, and all of a sudden this more experimental album or song or EP rears its ugly head, and now the fandom are up in arms and you can't sell any more tickets. And this is such a weird, broken view, in my opinion. You can have your preference for whether you like a sound or not, but then to act as though a band is not allowed to change their sound or add things that they didn't previously incorporate before, I think that's a bit closed-minded, and I think it's a little foolish as well to think that bands are going to remain the same in perpetuity or not have songs that are just out there. Not every song is going to be for every person, and I think that's like the beautiful thing about music. And that point can be applied to all the sections in a song. It can be applied to songs in an album, albums in a discography. It goes and goes and goes. Everything is so case by case, in my opinion. It's not worth thinking about things as negatively as people often do. If it's all about preference, that's a different discussion. But I just wanted to put all of those mixed thoughts out there. But as I come away from these 3 tracks today, I think Can't Stop is the most different from what I know of DMB, but also out of these 3 tracks ended up being my favorite. But let me know what you think about these tracks today, all of the thoughts that I kind of outlined in this video in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the reaction and would like to request one yourself, please hit the first link in the description box below. That is the best way to support my channel. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.